Mike Chacho, King God, what it is, I don't even know, bruh.
Yo, what's good? Where you tuning into the I Don't Even Know, Bro podcast with your host King God and your host Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
What's good, bro? How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. How you doing, my brother?
I'm cool, man. I'm cool, bro.
Blessed, man. Blessed to see you once again, my brother. Let's just jump right into it, man. What's trending right now, man? What I see now is they making black men in our community or black people in our community, or well, let's say black men. Are they trying to make us look soft, or is it an agenda? Do you think it's an agenda that they're trying to push with black males or just male period? But mostly black males, because I'm just talking about our culture as far as trying to make us more feminine or just, I don't know, man, because I seen a picture with we talked about this picture. I seen this trending about Jonathan Major's picture first on the Ebony magazine. And everybody was just kind of bashing that magazine, saying how he was dressed and how he was looking. And then I seen another picture with Jonathan Major and Michael B. Jordan, hugging and just kind of just on each other, what I'm saying, just kind of showing brotherly love, I guess. Or I don't know what was what was they trying to portray on that, anyways, man. But do you think it's an agenda that they're trying to push, bro? As far as like, man, we gotta soften up the black male, and bring them to the LGBTQZY, that community also, bro. Like, what is it, man? Because it's a lot going on, bro. You got it in the radio, you got it on TV, you got it in cartoons, you got it in the movies, and you talking about the big boys now. You know what I'm saying? Kind of start looking like, hey, bro, is it really an agenda, or that's just how y'all act?
I mean, I think it's an agenda. I think it's been an agenda since since slavery, with butt breaking and everything else that was going on. We always gonna be the most dominant in the view of manhood when it comes to just knowing the origin of man. But when it comes to media, it always seems like they portray us for 98% of the time as like we have to be, a little bit on the nurturing side, I guess, or the soft side. And the picture with Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors, it wasn't a bad picture, but coming from the media outlets that they're coming from, it makes you feel like, oh man, it's an agenda with that. Now, can I say I never hugged my homeboy? Yeah, I hugged my homeboy. Show him love, but not like all on a picture rubbing his head. I don't know what that is about. And they never really showed.
You say he was rubbing his head?
It looked like he was rubbing his head, like he had his hand on his head. And it wasn't like on some little homeboy or big brother, little brother
like,
type
what's
thing.
Up, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was more like, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it ain't about them, because I don't think they are homosexual. But I don't know. But I think the agenda is to put us out in the light, to make us look and feel a way where it's okay to be very feminine. And, a lot of people get raised by the media. They don't have a father, you know what I'm saying? Or they don't have an uncle, big brother, a big homie in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So they are getting raised by a lot of women. And all it takes is to see another man, being sensual with another man, hugging on another man, dressing like a woman, these kind of things that I feel is like pouring, I ain't gonna say poison, but pouring an agenda to our youth and to our culture. They don't never have pictures of us, working and going to school and doing all this other thing unless we're dancing or entertaining. So I always think it's an agenda. I think it's been an agenda since slavery, Jim Crow, all this other stuff. They always put the most passive brothers out there, They put the most artistic brothers out there.
Mm-hmm.
They put brothers out there with so-called stuff to lose, so they're a little bit more amped to me to do certain things. I never seen Denzel take a picture like that. I never seen Jay-Z take pictures like that. But not saying nothing against those guys or Denzel, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't think it was so much on them, but you got to be responsible for what you put out too, because you have young men and little boys looking up to you. Y'all playing in a movie where y'all boxing, y'all showing the epitome of being a gladiator in today's time. And then, when my son Google you, y'all bumped up, y'all hugged up, you know what I'm saying? And to me, that's kind of sending a false flag, or they're sending mixed messages.
Or just showing the brotherhood love, bro.
And it could be, but I mean,
because I kind of I understand what you're saying, because I feel like it's an agenda too, in some cases, because it's just a lot of that going on. But another thing, bro, it's like we don't show enough love as a whole too in the black community as black males, because we was raised to be, oh, bro, get up, bro, stop crying, you know what I'm saying? Like you tough, man up, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like now we always on the attack. We always feel like we got to be hard, we got to be tough, So that's why we got so many gang bangers, or so many guys just doing wrong stuff also at the same time. So it's kind of like, I feel like you can kind of mix it in also. It's just like, yeah, when you come to looking at guys like that and be like, well, dang, if he can do it, I can do it too. It's cool to dress like this. It's cool to be like that, this way and that way. Which, you know what I'm saying? Hey, all praise to that community, man. Y'all do what y'all do. But I definitely feel where you coming from, Mike, especially when you got kids that kind of look up to these actors or these artists, or just anybody, politicians or whatever. And you looking at them and you looking in the community and be like, dang, is that the way to go? You know what I'm saying? Because when you were a child, you just kind of following whoever.
You're impressionable, man.
Exactly. So I kind of look at it on both ends, because you're right, man. They don't show the hardworking black father, with his family, going out there throwing the baseball with them, throwing the football with them, or teaching them how to do computers, or teaching them how to fly, or just anything like that. They don't push that in the media. Only thing in the media is these type of pictures, or the type of videos that come out, or it's cool to be a Lil Nas X and things like that too. Not to call him out, hey, shout out to you too. But I can see where you're coming from, because even something like that, you look at it and be like, dang, bro, why are we looking so soft now, bro? Why is it cool for us to be that way? You know what I'm saying? When we came up, you know what I'm saying, we 80 babies. So when we came up, 80, 90 babies kind of came up like, dang, you know what I'm saying, we had to be tough. You couldn't show that. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't show that in your neighborhood. You couldn't, because that wasn't, I didn't see that in our neighborhood like that. You probably seen what, one or two out of the whole town, you know what I'm saying, that was kind of out there like that. But now it's kind of like it just in it. It's in your books, it's on the cartoons, the shows, and everything else, and it's all around you. And then you look at somebody like Dwayne Wade and his son, and the way they promoting it. Now it's kind of looking like, dang, bro, I guess it is okay. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro.
I don't think it's okay. Personally, I don't think it's okay. That's a young man. He don't even know what he want to be really. At that age, you feel what I'm saying? To me personally, I don't know what the definition of being trans or homosexual or whatever the case may be. What I think it is, and I don't mean no disrespect, but I feel like the only way you're so-called gay or bi, whatever the term is your sexual encounters, right? That's what I think it is, right? And if that's the case with this young man, then somebody need to go to prison. You feel me? I feel that it's an agenda that is piggybacked on the fact that, and I don't have nothing against homosexuals and none of that. I ain't got no beef. Nobody should hurt them. They should have a life also. They should be happy. But it's like you can't say nothing to them without being a hateful terrorist type of person.
Right.
If I disagree with you, I disagree with you. I don't want my son to be like that or my daughter. But if they are, I will tell them, hey, look, wait till you get of age where you can experience whatever you need to experience, because you ain't gonna know if you're gonna like that if once you get to that point. You understand what I mean? Especially when you under 15, 16 years old. I don't think you really know. I think a lot of it is you start trending towards those ways, and then society start picking up on that and then start treating you like that, and then you just go with the flow. Or you might like what you like, but at the end of the day, like I say, I don't feel like you are that way fully until you say this is the sex I want to be with, or you know what I'm saying, take a part of this culture here. As far as Dwayne Wade goes,
so you don't think people can be born gay?
I don't think so. But I mean, you know, I ain't God either, but I don't think so. I think it's a choice.
Yeah, I think it's all a choice, bro, to be honest with you. So do you think is it something that's in our food that might be mixing up with your hormones, or
I think we living in a very sexualized world, man. It's been like that since the day of the Romans. And before that, I mean, we can't sit here and just say it's gay, everything just so gay now. I mean, that gay shit been happening since, I mean, biblical days. Like, we're gonna keep it 100, we're gonna keep 100. I think what's misconstrued is that you either gotta hate a man in order to like, or in order to respect the LGBTQ community. It's like you can't have both. And my whole thing is, how come we can't have a say so as men and say we don't agree with that? We don't really want to be all over. I don't want them in my bathroom. I don't want them in the same restroom as my kids. Why they can't have their own restroom? I'm not saying that they're not human. They are human. But what I'm saying is, if that's the way you want to go, cool. Let's separate, just like we separate a lot of things. I don't think that my son should be able to go to school and undress and use the restroom and all this other stuff around a girl that thinks she a boy, you know, because they still adolescents. You know, what if she go to looking at him and he go to looking at her and be like, I know this might need to go in there. You know, we don't know. You know, kids do all kind of things. I'm just being real.
no, that's real though.
But now you're in trouble with the school. Now you're in trouble with YDC and everything else. And now your son or your daughter might be placed in child protective services because of that situation. And we don't want to call that out because we want to pacify people's feelings and coddle people's feelings. But at the end of the day, you got to think about your own kids too.
Yeah, and I think that's the only thing that I got against this whole thing, because it's kind of like we as men can't have an opinion either. They kind of just shoot us down like, damn, bro, oh you that's a hate crime. You know what I'm saying? You anti this, you anti that. Like, damn, bro, I just wanted to be it this way, bro. You got it your way. We giving your lane. You know what I'm saying? You got your lane right over there. Like, just do your thing. I ain't got nothing against that. Just do your thing. Let us do our thing. But every time we say something bad about it, he hateful. There's a hate crime, or this and that. Like, that's the only thing that just kind of confusing to me, bro. It's kind of like they want us to be they want us to give them their rights, but they don't want us to have our rights. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. And that's like what's this? There's another character, man. Saucy Santana. I seen a little video. He was saying that men shouldn't smoke hookahs. But how can you tell a man how to be a man? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because he a man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's confusing, bro. It's like, what are y'all, bro? It's like you either this or you either that, bro. You can't be in between, man. I don't know, man. I'm just kind of confused about that. It's just like, and then it be so feisty, and I feel attacked if you forcing me to accept you. Like, I feel attacked too. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, where do we stand? Where do real men stand at? And I'm not saying that they're not. Well, I'm not saying because I don't know, bro. It's a slippery slope when it comes to that, bro. Because I don't know what is what, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you was, because even when Dwayne Wade made that statement talking about his daughter, his son was born to be, she was born to be the girl that she are. I don't know, bro. I think I'm misquoting that, man. But he was just pretty much saying that she was born to be the girl that she is now. You know, but I'm sitting here thinking like, I thought we separated, like when we pick up a baby, we look at it and be like, okay, that's a penis. Okay, that's a vagina. Okay, that's a girl, that's a boy. Just like we do dogs. When I look at a dog, I'll be like, oh well, that must be a girl. You know what I'm saying? That must be a boy. But now it's like, I don't know, bro. It's kind of confusing, man. But like I said, I ain't got no beef with nobody community. Y'all keep doing y'all doing, man. But I do feel like it's a push to destroy the black man too. I mean, they've been trying to do that forever. So
Ain't
just
no
another step.
slight against Wade, man. I'm very and I know my opinion don't matter to him, but you know, I disagree with the way how he raising his family. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of it got to do the reason he can get away with some of the things he's doing is because he is rich. But I don't think he's the man of his household. And what I mean by that is that first of all, that's his son, but you got, you know, your spouse, which is not his mother, taking the lead on this. And yeah, you might talk to the young man and he told you his feelings and stuff like that. And you're not really supposed to talk to him against that, I guess, if that's the way he feel. But you also got to understand when you putting this young man out there to, you know, to talk and speak what he feel and all this other stuff, remember, you're doing it from a place of comfort because you all are rich. Now, it might be some young kids out there that feel the same way and are the same way, but they got to deal with the bullying. They got to deal with people ridiculing them. They got to deal with all the shit that the Zion is not dealing with. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's a setup for an issue because first of all, we still dealing with black and white issues and Spanish. We still dealing with racist issues in this world. So, you know, it's like that's a whole nother issue to deal with too. It's like let them grow into who they gonna be. Don't force it on them and don't force it on us. Like if my kids, if they want to promote that in books and stuff, well, give me the option as a parent, send me a paper and say, this is what's going to be in the book. This is the suggestive content that's going to be in the book. And if you want him to be a part of it or her, then sign this paper. If you don't, sign the paper. No. Give us the option as parents. See, a lot of the government take our power away from being our own, you know, from taking care of our household. And that come from taking the father out of the household a long time ago and letting the government try to raise your kids. See, all of it intertwined, man. And now it's just coming out because you can't hide it because the internet is worldwide. You can't hide it. Now you do have a lot of these guys that's very saucy and all this other shit, sassy or whatever you call it. And that's cool. That's what they do. But for that guy to tell a man that's married and got kids and stuff, don't do that. Maybe you looking at him like that. I don't know. But at the same time, when you play them kind of them games with them kind of guys, which I think DJ Envy do that a lot of times in his morning show, he play a lot of those them feminine type of games. You invite stuff like that also. So you can't be two ways. I don't believe you can be two ways about certain things like that either. Cause then when a guy try you, then you're gonna be all mad and want to fight him and all that other stuff. But I mean, you invited that in so many ways. You know, it's kind of like a woman that basically got her ass out and everything else. Now you ain't got no right to touch her. or you ain't got no right to cuss at her, say all this other stuff. But at the same time, like you knew what you was getting into when you came out the house like that. You understand what I mean? So you gotta, I just think people just gotta use common sense for the most part. And it ain't right to touch her. It ain't no right to cuss at her and call her all out her name because she dressed a certain kind of way. But at the same time, you got to use common sense. You know good and well, it's some creeps out here. You know what I'm saying? You know good and well, it's some dudes out here that will look at you and be like, damn, you look good. So if you portray and play in that kind of lane, talking about I'm just playing, then somebody gonna be like, nah, he for real. And they gonna take it to that level. But when it comes to these kids, I feel like they should be hands off. I feel like you should just let them grow. If he grow up to be Zaza, whatever, you know, the name they pick be, then that's cool. That's understandable. That's what he want to do. But you know, at 13, bro, 13, you don't even know yourself yet, man. You don't know yourself. You don't even know yourself till you get about 25 or 30. Then you be like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Right, but right, I totally understand. I totally agree too, man. Because but you can say the same about, you know what I'm saying, just at that age. Because I mean, kids have sex at that age, bro. I mean, we started early, so it's kind of like,
yeah,
you know, we knew, we kind of got a taste of that, and we're like, okay, cool, that's what we going toward, you know. But we can't. And another thing, man, a lot of guys, they kind of grow up to be like that too, because they probably been molested. So you know what I'm saying, that's a sensitive point too when it comes to that, you know. So like I said, bro, it's no hate towards them, but we got to bring back the real black man out here too, because we got to continue producing. Because if everybody turn homosexual, bro, we can't multiply no more, bro.
We can't multiply. We won't have a tribe anymore.
We won't have a tribe anymore. Because what makes you a woman? I don't care if you're a trans or whatever. You cut your hot dog off. At the end of the day, bro, you're not a woman because you don't have a womb. It's no such thing, bro. That what makes you. That would separate you, bro. Either way it goes. Either way it goes. I don't care how many ways you want to cut this pie, bro. At the end of the day, bro, you was not born with a womb.
And I really feel like it's disrespectful to women, period.
Big time.
When a man call himself a woman, compare himself to a woman, because
big time, bro.
A woman, it gives you life, gives you, you know, they deal with so much. And for you to say, for a man to say, because I put some boobs on, or I wear a dress, or I get a sex change, I'm a woman, you'll never be a woman.
Never.
You'll never be a woman. And that's why I respect women so much, because it's like, y'all go through the most. You understand what I mean? But for this person to one day wake up in the morning and say they feel like they want to be a woman, you can't feel like you want to be a woman. You can feel like you want to act like a woman. You can feel like you want to look like a woman, but you'll never be a woman. You understand what I mean? And that go for the lesbian women that think they're men too. You can't do everything what a man do, because I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of y'all can fight. A lot of y'all, but y'all step in the ring in the UFC with some of these John Bone Jones and some of these guys, they'll murk you. And then the next thing you know, you're gonna be like, well, you know, it was a girl. And that now, see, it ain't, the life ain't made like that. The people gotta understand that now. Unless you're gonna sign a waiver and say, I'm willing to die in the ring, or I'm willing to die on this football field, on this basketball court, on this baseball diamond, as the sex I'm playing with, then cool. Sign that waiver.
So you don't agree with the transgender playing like swimming or playing sports?
I do if they compete in what they was born as. If you're a trans, I guess if you're a trans man, right? Which I guess that's a female that turns into a man or something like that.
So I don't know how that goes, because it's like I don't know. I haven't had a child in over 9 years now, so I don't know how it works. So say if you having a child, but you don't want them to like, don't they decide what it is at that moment?
I ain't had no baby in a minute either. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's what
saying?
I'm saying. So
I don't know how that go.
that might be some new stuff. So it's kind of like it's kind of weird because they got so many titles now, man. So many pronouns now, bro. That I don't know what is what, bro. And it's kind of sad because it's like you don't know what to call anybody no more. You know what I'm saying? Even like working in the school system or whatever, it's like I don't know that I don't know if should I call him a boy, a girl, or a they, or them, or you see what I'm saying, bro? And I see that a lot now, man. Just kind of like my kids in school, so it's kind of elementary, middle school, and I just see a lot. It's so different from when we went to school, bro. And a lot of that stuff, it was just they were trying to hide it back then because it just wasn't the norm,
And people always been kind of cruel to them. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to crack on them and all that kind of stuff too. So
yeah, but we joke on everybody though, bro. I mean, that's
yeah,
just
but anybody can get it.
it's just
Anybody can get
jokes,
it.
bro. It ain't like nobody just bullying them and beating them up and that. And it's just like jokes. It's straight
But
jokes.
some kids go through that though. Let's be honest. A
Oh
lot of
no,
kids
no
go
doubt.
through that.
Yeah, a lot of
But
kids go through that, bro. But that's your point though. When you were saying that how Dwayne Wade and them they got money and stuff and they can decide if they want to stay home if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids can't. A lot of kids got to go through that bullying stage or in committing suicide because they feel like they can't fit in or they're not welcome because of
they
the
don't
way
have that protection.
they don't have that protection, bro. So I just feel like, but I feel like, what I'm saying, they keep doing what they're doing, man. But I don't think they should just keep on pushing it, like pushing it to the point that it's like, dang, now my son want to try it out. Now my daughter want to try it out. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I don't know, man.
It's the whole
It's a
experimenting
weird,
thing that kind of scared me. But then again, they gonna do that regardless.
yeah.
If they want to, whether we say something or not. The
But
the
you
the
just saying
biggest
as far as kids at that age. You know
at
what I'm saying? Because
at this age.
do what you want to do when you 17, 18, boom, 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 whatever, you know what I'm saying? Maybe even 16. You know what I'm saying? But at elementary, middle school, all the way, 15, 14, like it's kind of like, come on, bro.
When you legal enough to get your own insurance, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
When you
well,
can pay for, but think about this though, because
the
if
what's gonna be 18?
if my kid wanted to do that right now, right? Guess who insurance is gonna have to pay for that? Mine's not, because they don't have a job, they don't have no insurance. So guess
Right.
what? That falls back on me. And if I don't do it, then guess what? I'm gonna get sued by some teacher or some doctor or something because I don't want my kid or I don't want to pay for my kid sex change. See, it's bigger than what it really is. You understand what I mean? It's a lot that go into that. They're not old enough to make those decisions. To me, they're not. Yes, right from wrong, but when you hit puberty and you hit, certain sexual parts in your body, stuff start acting up. It makes you think different, and you should be able to grow into that and not be forced or not be let loose either. You know what I'm saying, by people that trust you, because you know how hard this world is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro. Yeah.
So, and it's cruel. And I don't wish nothing bad on nobody unless you deserve it. But I don't want the kids to get hurt in the process because people selling them false dreams. You understand what I mean? And I also don't want people to go in my son and my daughter locker room that I don't agree with. Period. I should have that right to say that without being a bad guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And whether that's, and that's what's going on in today's society. It ain't so much a black and white thing all the time. It ain't so much a gay and straight thing all the time. It's let me choose for my kids, not let the government choose for them. You understand what I mean? That's what my beef is. My beef is we let the government try to raise us, or they have been trying to raise us for the last 50 years. Now it's some pushback to that because we know better. We're not evolving as a culture because we continue to let them make the rules for us and our kids. That ain't evolving. That's falling into a system. And I really think Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union work in that system. Period. Because they son can be that kind of way, but he can do that in his house, in his community, and nobody else got to know about it. Why do everybody got to know about it? Why is it such a big deal? You understand what I mean? Why?
Yeah, you're right, bro. I think you made a great point right there. As far as like why is it like why is it such a big deal? I mean, we understand. Okay, cool, do your thing, be who you are, man. But why we at award shows, getting awards for this?
NAACP award. Why?
That one don't. That's the type of stuff that don't get like I don't know, bro. Because I feel like so what award do we get, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like what my son get for being a boy. You see what I'm saying? Like it's weird, man. But I totally understand. I think we hit on some good points too, man. But hey, once again, y'all do what y'all do. Y'all live your life. Y'all be happy.
No hate. It's all love.
No hate. It's always all love in our community and everybody else's community. Because they like to say that, oh, the black community, the only one that don't want our kids to be this and that, man. No, it ain't that, bro. It's just that we got so much against the black community as black men, period, bro. So damn, don't take away all our sons. You see what I'm saying? Like we trying to get it popping too, man. And our daughters also. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard, man. It's hard.
Like I said, we gotta keep on producing and just gaining more strength in our tribe, bro. Because if everybody soft, bro, we ain't gonna win no war, bro. So I totally understand, man. But I think we hit some good points, man. You got one last word, bro? Before
I got one thing, man. The thing about it is, y'all gotta understand this. Black men got it hard. Everybody got it hard. I ain't gonna take away from everybody, but I can only speak for me, right? Black men got it hard already. Well, we gotta watch our back 24/7. We gotta drive right. We gotta make sure we clock in at the job. We gotta make sure our pants pulled up. We got so many checks, boxes to check, and to add on certain things just for the hell of it, and not understand the repercussions as a whole, is selfish.
Right.
And I ain't telling Dwayne Wade to think about all black men, because that ain't his job. But what I'm telling him is to be a little bit more tactful in the way that he present his family, because my family is looking at your family. You're in the representation of us also, bro, whether you want to believe it or not. And the way you raising, or the way you portraying, the way you raising your family, to me, is soft. It's soft, you know what I'm saying? And men just got to stand up and be men, period. Take care of your family, make rules, be disciplined, but at the same time, let your kids grow. Let them grow into that, but also teach them. Don't just be like, oh, because you feel like that today, it's okay. Be gay. You know what I'm saying? Be like, well, you don't really know what you are. You might just be confused, son or daughter. Keep growing, keep living, keep finding out what you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Because today you might be gay, tomorrow you might be the straightest person in the world. You don't know, because you're a kid.
Right. Which is it makes sense, bro. And like you said, man, let kids be kids, bro. I think it's a lot of forcing with the social media and the media and TV and the music. It's everything in the rush now, man. You know, and that go for the ladies too, man. It's like, let the girls be girls, let the kids be kids, man. I think it's a lot of just rushing, bro. And then now you see what's going on out here. But I totally understand though, bro. And I think it was a great episode, man. Hey, thank y'all once again for supporting and tuning in to the I Don't Even Know, Bro podcast with your host King Guy and your host Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
I don't even know, bro.
I don't even know, bro. Peace and love. One.
Mike Chacho, King God, what it is. I I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. I don't even know, bruh. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Time for us to crank up.